All right, boys, let's talk about managing our time. Here's the question. Hello, Ben. Very interesting video. It shows that the statement too little time is a relative mindset considering all that you're able to accomplish with limited time due to professional commitments. Yes, thank you. Based on this video, my question is, if USPSA board was overhauled, conditions became suitable to your liking, and you were completely reinstated, would you revert back to competing as your primary job, or would you keep instructing at the rate you are now? It's an interesting question. So I should tell you this first, competing has never been my primary job. There's never been anybody that strokes a check just for me to go compete. It's never been a thing. Now I've competed a lot because I like it and I want to be better. Mostly I like competition shooting because it gives me like something to practice for, gives me something very structured that I can put my energy into. And I can kind of track my improvement and my progress and the stuff that I'm learning. So as a concept, that's why I like competitive shooting. Now, if the USPSA board was overhauled, would you revert back to competing as your primary job? Like, let's just say like as my primary focus, that's probably a better word for it. No, I would not. Why is that? Well, I have a lot more opportunity now. Like, let's say, so 10 years ago, 2014, I was like, at that point, I was like half focused on competitive shooting and half doing the teaching. Not as intensive a schedule as I have now, but I had a lot of individual training that I would do, obviously, for the matches. So it's like at this point, I have so many professional commitments that I would have to turn a lot of that stuff off in ways that's not really easy to do. Like, for example, now I basically scheduled out for the entirety of this year. So if I was reinstated in USPSA tomorrow, like my life, like nothing would change right now, nothing, because I have all of these commitments that are already lined up for the whole year and, going into next year as well. So like unwinding that stuff and turning that stuff off would take about a year. It would also be kind of hard for me because I'd have to say no to a lot more people, which I really don't like doing. But yeah, just due to my time commitments, I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, I need to go do competitive shooting. Also on top of that, I would say like, that's a ride that I already took in a sense. It's like I started doing it, compete, build up, and then get to the point where I'm winning stuff. And then of course, get to the point where it's like, I'm winning stuff and I do not care that I'm winning stuff. Like the last nationals that I shot, I was just kind of like, I did not care that I won. Did not care. Didn't like, it was just another commitment on my calendar at that point where it's like, yep, this match is at this time, do the training, do the match. Like, I'm not getting anything out of this at this point. Like, I don't care if I win. By getting anything out of it, I mean like emotionally or like spiritually, psychologically, economically, I don't care. Like, I'm not getting anything out of this anymore. Like, I'm proving to myself I can do a thing that I already know I can do. That kind of stuff. So to me, like, I'm not chomping at the bit to go do competitive shooting at a high level. However, I would like to go do a little bit of competitive shooting. I mean, I haven't shot even a club match. I'm actually in New Jersey now. I'm at the very last club that I shot a club match at. I think it was May of 2022 was the last match that I shot. I think I was kicked out a couple months later. I'm at that club now to kind of like just be thinking like, yeah, this was the last club I shot a match at. It was like, I had a great time at that match. That was actually a lot of fun. I would like to do that again. I don't need to let me put it this way. If I turned off all the training stuff that I was doing now, which I've spent at this point, the better part of a decade building the training business I'm doing now, I've spent a long time building it. Like turning all of that off at this point to go chase USPSA titles again, that feels like a big step backwards to me. Like a big step backwards in my life on a lot of levels. Like I said, however, I do miss the club match scene. Like I like that. I think it's fun. The type of clubs you go to where some guys show up when there's not a match and they practice together and they're like pushing each other and trying to improve, like that kind of stuff. I really like that environment. And I do miss that. I would go back for that. All right. Anyway, that's it. There's not much money in competitive shooting, guys. There's just not.